There you go.
Hizo sasa ni semantics. Those are semantics. Yeah.
So, Caro.
Yes.
How are you today?
I'm very fine, thank you.
Where are we now?
We are at Paradise Lost in Kiambu.
Kiambu.
Yes. Along Kiambu Road.
Along Kiambu Road.
Yes.
That's great.
Yeah.
I can see there is a big dam behind you.
Yes, we have this dam behind us. Kuna maji.
Have you taken a boat ride?
Hey, no, I fear water. I fear water.
Why? I thought water is unaioga kila siku.
Hey, no. It's a lot of water. Bado hatujafika hapo.
Hamjafikishana.
Trek bado hajatufunza kuswim.
So that's
a lot to work on.
Great.
Yes.
Now, tell me your experience. You've mentioned Trek. When did you first join the Trek?
I joined Trek in 2017, if I'm not wrong. And I think it was the best decisions of my life.
That's pretty much the first, I think that's the first year of Trek.
The first year?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's pretty much the first year.
Then I joined when it started.
That's really good. So you've been here for quite some time.
Yes.
The other thing is, what was your first destination? Where was your first destination? If you can recall.
If I can recall, our first destination was a children's home.
Yes. So that's December
we went
2017.
To Kajiado, yes, December 2017. And it was such a nice experience. We cooked for the children, and it was a lot of fun. And that's when I decided, where this Trek, it's something.
It's something.
Yes, it's something worth checking out.
Great. So far, how has been your experience about the Trek?
Trek has been like a friend for me, because it's something, we have events every month. So first of all, your Saturday is covered. Your that Saturday is covered. So you don't have to stay at home and watch TV. You can do something more exciting or something outside of your comfort zone. Yes.
And some of the major experiences that you've covered, some of which you can recall. Can you mention some?
Yes. Oh, I can mention a lot.
I would love maybe just two. I think 2 or 3 is enough.
I think my most, let me say, impactful events have been Kisames.
Oh, nice.
And Kisames in Ngong.
Yeah.
And Kijabe. It was a hike.
Kijabe, yeah.
Yes. Those two by far, and of course the children's home, because I'm very passionate about that.
Okay. That's great. Now, I think we've been talking for a while, even just before this interview.
Yeah.
And one thing you mentioned is that you have phobias. So what are some of these phobias?
I have phobias, like every phobia. I think it is just, first I have phobia for water and for height. Those ones I know they are standard. But I just have this funny fear of doing new things.
Which
is where Trek
new stuff
comes in.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Trek pushes you to do things that you never
limit.
thought to do.
Okay.
Yeah, which is a good thing.
So there's a zip line behind you.
Yes.
Are you planning on trying that? Even if it's not today?
Yes, I do. I expect to try it, but I want to go to a longer one.
A longer one, yeah.
Yes.
This is quite short. This is quite short.
But maybe I can start with the shorter one.
Yeah,
and then
experience it and
I
then
advance as I move.
That's great. Now, we are still on the Trek topic, And what I would like to know is, how has trek impacted you at a personal level?
Yes.
Yeah.
First, I have met very amazing human beings.
Like myself.
Like yourself. And Mose.
Yeah.
I can see Mose from where I'm sitting.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, he's right behind
me. He's a
me.
member of the trek.
Yeah.
So, yes. I think it's meeting amazing people who, of course, teach you different things, because no man is an island.
Yeah.
And we are here to learn from each other. And I think that is the most, critical bit for trek, because when you go to a trek event, you out of it you learn so much. Apart from the adventure that is the core business, you learn so much. You make networks. So right now, if I need a programmer, if I need a chef, I know.
Oh yeah.
I know who I can ask questions.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really cool thing.
That's really great. Now, 2017 was a good year. 2018 was a good year.
Yes.
2019, part of it was a good year. Then I think starting November, COVID came.
Yes.
And it sort of shut down everything. What impact did that have to you at a personal level?
At a personal level?
Yeah.
What I would say about that is, of course, it closed me off from seeing these people that I was already accustomed to seeing. It closed me off from the people, from the networks. It closed me off from even the adventure that I was longing for every month. So that was a downer, the major downer of the COVID-19. And we had to adjust and not... Yes, but we adjusted. And
so what are some of these adjustments that you mentioned?
On a personal level, I adjusted first by finding activities that I can do to occupy myself, because everyone is on lockdown, and you had to look for activities that will occupy you. So you had to go deeper. What do you want to do for fun?
Yeah.
And for me, it was taking long walks and yoga.
And yoga.
Yes.
And I think since Moses is right behind me, he started something called the Let's Do It Challenge.
Yes.
And part of it was, keep busy, keep active. So I'm assuming that part of this was the long walks, part of it was the yoga. But I'll focus more on the yoga bit. I can see you're glowing. from where I'm sitting.
I think sun-kissed right
but
now.
even just before the sun, I think just before the sun, we were seated in a shed, and you're still glowing.
Yes.
So I'm assuming this is part of yoga.
Yes.
Could you please just introduce us to yoga, the basics?
Yoga, if I would explain to a layman, yoga is stretching. It is just physical activity that involves stretching. And what it's meant to do is to create space in your body. You'll find when you're doing yoga, you have very tight areas in your body. So the aim of yoga is to stretch those areas so that either you can improve the quality of your life, you can have better movement, range of motion, you can, when you do any physical activity, of course it impacts on your mental health, so you're better mentally. For me, I subscribe to both. Yoga has two parts. There's a physical part and then there's a spiritual part. I will not dive into the historical and the spiritual part of it, but there's that also part that you can subscribe. Let me see how I explain it. It is coming back. It is leaning inside. It is going back to yourself.
Leaning back to yourself.
Yes, it is leaning in back to yourself. It's about meditation. It's about reflection. For me, yoga, it has taught me that you can reflect. You can. I've done mistakes, and when I'm doing yoga, I have thought about it, and I have gone back and apologized to people that I have offended.
Okay.
Because it has helped me realize that we are all human, we make mistakes, and you can basically it is just about knowing yourself better, showing up to the world as yourself without having to pretend to be someone else. And I think that's what yoga has done for me. Okay. Apart from the physical benefits of it, there's that other aspects of
the mental
and
spiritual.
Yes.
Okay, now for someone who is who wants to start yoga, what is your, like, how do I start? How do I proceed? What's your take on that?
First, I have to say that yoga does not require a certain level of expertise. You can start yoga anytime with any kind of fitness level. You don't have to attain a very, you don't have to be very flexible or very fit to start yoga. Anyone in the universe can start yoga. And I think that's the beauty of it, because it doesn't, it's not like, let me give an example of weights.
Yeah.
For you to lift weights, you have to give yourself time to reach that level.
Yeah.
But with yoga, you can come at any time and start yoga. I think that's the beauty of it.
Okay, great.
Yes. In terms of how you can start, you can either start a home practice, or you can choose to go to a session or a communal session with other people. There are several facilities in Nairobi that you can do that. There is Africa Yoga Project that is in Diamond Plaza. They offer some free classes, and if you start the free session and you think you can advance and maybe you want some more in-depth training, maybe that's when you can find a coach to train you. But in my experience, if you are consistent with the home practice, it is very effective and sufficient.
Okay, great. I'm a man. I don't like bending over.
Yes.
And I think part of the mentality of yoga is that, you have these crazy poses.
Yes.
Stretching in weird poses that maybe as a man I feel, I don't want to attribute that to me.
Yes.
So how does such a person get through over that, or how does he approach yoga?
From where I'm sitting, I totally get your point. We cannot fight with that, first of all. Maybe I don't understand it because I don't maybe experience it the way you do. But it's an issue and it's there. So first, I advise the home practice because you can do it privately. So if you feel mambo ya bend over is not something that you like, you can do it privately. The other maybe solution is you can choose poses that serve you. That serve you.
So you only pick what suits you.
Yes. Okay. You can just pick what suits you. And there are very many materials, even on YouTube, that of course you can go and check these are the yoga poses, what are they doing, which body parts are they stretching. So you can focus. If the yoga poses I'm going to do are going to stretch my upper back, you can say for the glutes, I'll go to the gym. I'll go to the gym and maybe work out the glutes in the gym and my upper back. Like you can come with a middle. You can come to a middle ground.
Okay.
Yes. So you don't have to dismiss the all yoga poses or yoga all the same.
That's quite interesting.
Yes.
So I'm assuming that you're subscribing to the Trek sort of a lifetime thing.
Yes.
Yeah. And one of the things that we tried to encourage before COVID came was, to develop your skills. And I'm sure there's a form that you filled, of things that you wanted to develop.
Yes.
Other than yoga, what other skills do you have, if you could recall?
I can recall one and two. it was swimming and water skiing. And before COVID, we had started, I think, on the swimming. Of course, there were consistency issues because of life, but yes, we had started on the swimming, which was going on well, and I intend to take it up again because I still want to learn how to swim. And water skiing, which I'm sure as Trek members we can discuss that and feature it somewhere in our calendar in years to come. Yes.
Okay, that's great. And other than, you mentioned children's home, you mentioned what else? You mentioned the skills bit.
Yes.
But we also subscribe to other activities. So could you mention just a few other than yoga, other than swimming, other than children's home?
Yes. I think one of the I would say fundamental activity for Trek members is hiking. People like to hike. Not all of them. But
I'm looking at one right now.
I'm talking about myself, by the way.
But you're doing good. You're doing good.
So there's hiking. We also, like I said, contribute to charitable events or charitable activities that are either impacting the society or are helping the environment. We are also very big on environment, and we subscribe to the environment is very important and we need to protect it. So we also do such activities. Yes.
Okay, that's great. I feel like we haven't tackled the COVID issue. This is a COVID edition series, so one of the main focus is COVID. And it started in November 2019, but maybe in Kenya, in March there. You had a life before COVID.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. And then COVID came. I don't know for your part, did they disrupt anything? Rather, what changed during the COVID period?
For me, a lot changed because immediately COVID started, I started working from home. And of course, working from home and working in an office, it's different. It's very different. Of course, mentally it affects you because that is not what you are accustomed to. So it was a bit difficult for me to adapt from working from home. I also had to take a salary cut at some point. So that was also impactful. That was also like a challenge that came out of COVID. But I managed, of course, by living below my means so that I can handle the money issue.
Not even within, below your means.
Below my means, yes. So that I can be able to live and to handle or tackle.
To sustain your day-to-day life.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Also the work element changed. I had to adapt other ways of working. Time also changed. Yes. For me, those are the two main things that changed, and that's why now I started, of course, free time came in because you're not commuting. That's when now I started taking long walks and doing yoga just to make sure that you're not, of course, COVID came with a lot of mental issues. Yes, so there's that. So yoga and the long walks really helped and are also helping up to now.
Okay, that's great. So as I think pretty much as we wind up, or rather the last question is, what's your advice to anyone who has been in your shoe before and wants to be like you or improve on themselves?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't want to be very technical and philosophical here.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Yes, but
we don't do those.
Let me use awareness. Awareness is just knowing your actual. I call it radical acceptance. You look at your situation and you accept it radically. And then from there you come up with solutions, custom-made solutions, because you realize people are different, are living differently. Your colleague is not the same as you, so you have to create solutions. Like for me, long walks and yoga was my solution. Someone else, books and music, maybe was their solution. So you just understand where you're at as a person, what you like, what you value, and then you come up with solutions from that point and ask for help.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's great. Thank you so much for your time.
Asante sana.
Let's meet on the next trip.
Okay.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
Bye.